Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for One Piece Anime episode 833, and the last 2 weeks I talked about how kind of the quality of the show has gone down a little bit, but this week totally brought it back a bit. I mean, I'm not saying it's like, whoa, super high quality like you would see in a lot of seasonal anime, but it's really good, notwithstanding my hair's really bothering me. I just got out of the shower before recording this, so it's like all just puffed up straight away out away from my head. But either way, I'm really distracted by that. But yeah, let's talk about the episode. I thought that the recap this week, it wasn't bad. It hasn't been bad lately. Where I talked about a lot lately, it's been like a 1 minute recap, but last week was 2 minutes. It was about a minute and a half this week. So yeah, not bad, not at all. We start off with an explanation of what Luffy did with the mirror and the cake and all the clones made with Brulee's power and the animals and all that. So all that was explained at the beginning of the episode. Then when he's busting out and everything, Morgan's is great. Morgan's is hilarious. I really like the character. Just in the background yelling about big news, and again, I'm so glad they say that in English. I don't know, it just makes it a funnier joke when they do. So, yeah, either way, Sanji escapes from the collapsing cake with Pudding, who is still crying. Smoothie brings up Opera's lie to Mont Dore. So that all comes into play again, where she's like, I thought Luffy and the cat burglar were dead. Didn't you tell us that, Mont Dore? And he's like, damn it, I knew Opera was lying. So all that comes back into play. Big Mom, her character is still a character. I just don't like Big Mom very much. Like I always say, her character is kind of fat and stupid, and that's about the breadth of her character. She isn't much more than that. There's not much deeper than that. She's just yelling about the cake, and like Capone bringing up, is she stupid? And so yeah, she's just big and stupid. That's her character. Don't really like Big Mom very much. So she uses soul Pocus on some cooks, and that's how we learn that it works via one's fear of death. If one fears death, then their soul starts leaking out and she has access to take it. Pedro and Jinbei leave the mirror world to go and back up Luffy, and then Nami, Carrot, and Chopper go to rescue the Vinsmokes. At least that's their plan. So then the cake collapses and is totally wrecked. I tried to put together totally in cake. And yeah, we have a great Capone scene. Capone, the anime has done really well at making his character good for comedic scenes. I love the way he was like Big Mom was yelling, which one is Straw Hat? And Capone's like, well, the entire point of this is that they're all distractions so that the real one can make it in. So if he yells out which one the real one is, then this whole thing's pointless. And then Luffy yelled out where he was. It was just a really, really great comedic scene. It worked well with Capone's voice actor and the way they animated the reaction face. Katakuri stops Luffy from going in and attacking the picture, and he reveals the plan was to attack the picture because he can see it in the future. He can see the future. Jinbei then frees Luffy from Katakuri's grasp, explaining his devil fruit and all that, and how you can free from it with liquids or whatever. I don't know if it specifically has to be warm liquids, but I think just liquid can work to free you from it. But one thing I like about this is I love when they add into Katakuri's dialogue things showing that yes, he's always seeing the future or whatever. Like he says, you don't have to explain my power, like right before Jinbei starts explaining his power. So I like that he's like replying to things that haven't even happened yet. That's something that I always really like with Katakuri's character. So all of that happens. Then Jinbei says basically, yeah, there's a mutiny, Big Mom. I'm leaving you unofficially. And here's the sake cup and all that. Actually, the sake cup may have been after the Soul Pocus scene, but either way, she tries using Soul Pocus and it doesn't work on Jinbei because he says he's fine giving his lifespan. He'd rather do that than to live under a horrible rule like Big Mom's. But yeah, the Soul Pocus doesn't work on him because he doesn't fear death. So it's a really, really badass scene because Big Mom using Soul Pocus is really cool. Then when it doesn't work and she tries to use it again, all of it was animated really well. It was just a cool scene in general. So Jinbei does the whole returning the sake cup thing, says he's officially leaving the Big Mom Pirates and joining the Straw Hats. And Then we end up with a badass scene of the huge fiery explosion caused by Big Mom, and we still don't know what kind of damage that did. We didn't get to see. But I love, with all the flames and smoke swirling around, you see Brooke in the Luffy outfit just smash the picture. So great. And we actually get Cliffhung there. I thought it was a really solid episode with all that. So yeah, episode as a whole, really great quality for One Piece standards. I mean, I thought it was really good. There were a lot of memorable scenes, and that's always good with a One Piece episode, where you know there are scenes from years and years ago that you still go back and look at those scenes. A lot of people in the fandom still look at, like, Luffy punching the Celestial Dragon, or kicking Hody Jones, or these different scenes with Doflamingo and stuff. You know, the big moment scenes, and I thought there were a few in this episode. Or like Jinbei and Luffy sharing the blood. I think that scenes that people are going to go back and look at are going to be ones like the Soul Pocus scene with Jinbei, or Brooke smashing the picture, maybe. They're obviously not at the level of some of those other scenes, but I think they're going to be memorable ones among what happened this episode. That, and it got me excited for the battles, because we can see that there are battles coming in the future, probably. That this plan is not going to work out perfectly, because they never do. Yeah, and all the characters that are part of the main Straw Hat group here got a little bit of time. Not all of them got a lot of time, but we at least got explanations of where each of them are and what each of them are doing. So yeah, I thought that all worked quite well. So yeah, as a score, I'd give it 8.75 Soul Pocuses out of 10. I don't know. Because I thought it was really, really good. Not sure if it really even deserves that high a score, but I really, really liked it personally, so there we are. But yeah, that's it this week. Short little One Piece review. So hope you enjoyed it. If you did like the video, comment down there. Tell me what you thought of this episode and what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more One Piece, both anime and manga, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk with me or more of us there, then just ask and I can give you a link to the Discord. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.